Hi everybody, it's Tracy again from Tea Plays Nice forum, the podcast. It's Tuesday the 3rd of March 2015. It's dull and overcast day, but saying that, the sun's deciding to try and break through the really dark clouds that's outside. I'd like to say hello and welcome to all returning viewers, and hello to anybody that's new that's watching this podcast. I'd just like to say thank you so much to everybody that commented on the podcast last week, that shared it, that commented in the forum. It really does inspire me to go on, and I would not be doing this without you guys. It's nice. I really do feel like I'm sitting down having a chat with you all. I would show you what's in my mug, as they say, or what's that you're drinking on the pen, hook and needles. I've just finished actually drinking a salted caramel tea, which it was a new one for me. It was quite nice. I actually felt like I was talking my body into thinking I was drinking popcorn, which was a strange experience, but it was very nice indeed. So let's get into it, shall we? I've got some very special thank yous. Just in case I didn't say it, you can find me on Ravelry, Instagram and Twitter. Ravelry, Instagram and Facebook as Tea Plays Nice. I'm on the Ravelry forum group Tea Plays Nice podcast, but I'm also in amongst other forums as well on there, because I do like to chat and see what all you guys are up to, and I do follow the other podcasters out there as well. Saying that, I've got some really special thank yous this week. Molly Munch, you sweetheart, you. Last week I mentioned in the podcast that I wanted to cast on, or I needed it in my life, was a shawl pattern. And I just happened to mention that I might buy it this week. But I woke up one day last week, went downstairs to check my emails, and there was a lovely email in my inbox saying that I had been gifted a pattern on Ravelry, and it was from Molly Munch. And she gifted me the Rhea Sylvia pattern by Sarah Morris. It's a beautiful, beautiful pattern. I am going to start it quite soon. I am going to do it in the brown yarn that I was showing last week, but it's going to have to wait until I can concentrate a little bit, because I've got to provisionally cast on 368 stitches. So when my head's in the right space next week, that is going to get cast on, and I'll be able to show you some progress then, Molly, hopefully. Hubby was laughing at me a little bit this morning, and I'm kind of like letting my inner 1940s lady out today. I love that era, and I love the makeup and the clothes, everything about it. But I digress. So thank you, Molly, so much. So much for the sweet gesture. I'd also like to thank Tilly Trout. Now, Tilly knows why I'm thanking her. She sent me something via email. Thank you so much. I can get started, but the book is on order, and I will come to that in a little bit further down the line. And I'd also like to say a very special thank you, and it's so nice to see this lady is feeling better. She's had her operation, and that's Sarah from the True Canuck Girl on Ravelry and the Canadian Knitter podcast. She had a little op, and I'm so glad that she's home and she's safe and she's well. And I actually won a little prize on her forum, and I was gifted the pattern, and it's pattern Roses of Marguerite, and it's the sock pattern, and it's Game of Thrones by Nin Levitt. Now, I haven't pulled these up for you to see on my tablet, but they are absolutely stunning, and I'm hoping to cast them on soon when I'm a little bit more experienced with socks. So that's given me the push to go and get some sock knitting done. So thank you, Sarah. That was very generous of you, and Nin, lovely, lovely prize. Thank you so much. I'm thrilled to have one. So that's it. Now I'll go back into my normal section that I would normally do first, and that's the newbies. We have 9 newbies this week in the forum, and I always like to say hello to you guys to make sure you're okay and you're finding your way around. Please feel free to chat to your heart's content. You can chat about anything. It doesn't have to be knitting. Okay, and that is Akan, A Mummy, A Itara, Britta the Knitter, Jackie06, Lady Intien 48, Lil Chick Fry, Fampy and Trilinda. Hello everybody, it's nice to have you in the forum and I hope you enjoy the podcast. And then we've got birthdays! Happy birthday guys! This is my new little thing that I've been doing the last 4 podcasts, and this is podcast number 8, so I can't believe we're getting on so well. We've got 90 members in the forum now, and I think I've got something like 170 subscribers to the YouTube channel. I never thought I'd get there. I thought I'd be kind of like just doing this and speaking to about half a dozen, but I'm so pleased you all like it and you keep coming back and keeping me company. So birthdays this week. This week it's from the 3rd to the 10th of March. We only have 2, and that's Loa Ann on the 5th. Many congratulations. Have a great day. I hope you're spoilt rotten. And the same to LaRue 56, whose birthday's on the 7th. Many happy returns to you guys. Enjoy your days, and I hope you get thoroughly spoilt and have lots of cake. So, on to What's That You're Wearing? This is a vintage knit by Sarah Crawford, and it is actually the January sweater, and I've knitted it in Rowan Pure Wool 4-ply, and I think it's a mustardy colour, so you can just see it's all nice little eyelets in a V shape, and it's got the nice open neck. It's a little bit too open for me. I'm thinking of stitching a couple of stitches just to hold it a little bit looser, but that's the knit. And while I was out and about, as you'll see on the pattern, it actually has got a very nice brooch and earrings, 1940s style. So I've got my earrings, they're clip-on, and I've got my little brooch there for you guys. That was bought out Tavistock Vintage Market, and it was only a couple of pounds, GB pounds, so that was quite a bargain, and I quite like them. I'm getting used to wearing what I like rather than what fashion dictates, and I've got past the awkwardness of people kind of looking at you and thinking, what have you got on? And I think, I like it, I'm going to wear this, I don't care anymore. I'm 44 and I don't care what you think of what I'm wearing. So that's where I am at the moment. So, and the funny thing is, I was glamming myself up today and putting on the vintage knit and the brooch, and I had to chuckle to myself because modern's never far away. My Fitbit actually matches the colour in my brooch. So I'm still coordinated. Kill me. I know I'm strange. I'm so sorry. So that's what's that I'm wearing. The pattern is on Ravelry, but it is in a Susan Crawford book. But I really do like it. It's the Vintage Knits 2 book that I have, and I love it. I love everything in it, and I really do want to knit quite a few of the patterns that are in that booklet. But my list is ever growing, and I just feel like I'm not going to get everything. As everybody says, there's never enough time for knitting, and I haven't got all the time in the world to get everything I want done. So I think I might have to find myself a sugar daddy and give up work. Don't know what hubby will have to say about that, but there you go. Them's the breaks. Right, finished objects this week. Now, I've only got one knitted finished object to show you guys. And I was really excited to get it on the needles. And it was the Lace Cowl by Kitty Adventures with the Devon Sun yarns. That was in my yarn box. I do still love the yarn, and I do still love the pattern. But I've decided I'm not a cowl girl. I'm more of a shawl wrapped around girl, because I've done it and it's lovely and it's really, really soft still, but when I put it on, I haven't woven in the ends, as you can see, they're still a bit loose. It is lovely and the yarn is superb, but I've decided it's not for me, so it's going in the gift box for Christmas. So probably one of my sister-in-laws will get that with maybe a glove hat to go with it. So I'll just find some nice grey soft wool and make them a hat to match. So that was my one finished object, knit wise. So that was the Lace Cowl by Kitty's Adventures. It was a free pattern, and I used the Devon Sun yarn Stormy Love, which was 100% alpaca. So while I'm doing that, I might as well go on to what else I finished making this week. Now, to go along with my little Etsy, I thought I'd do some stitch markers. So I've made some little stitch markers. And the middle one is actually on a lobster claw clasp, so you can use that to mark where you are in your work, or to identify your centre stitch or the beginning of another round. And then I've just literally done little hook over stitch markers. So you've got a set of 5 there, and I've got my little heart on the back. It's all packaged up, ready to go. And I've also done, this is a very quick, I made it type show, because it's actually going off part of a spoiler long. Shh. So I made a little bag with a little sheep. Can you see a little sheep? A drawstring. There, that's it, all done. That's all you can see of that one. Very quick. So that's my finished objects this week. Sorry, I'm wriggling. I was sliding off the bed as I was speaking then. So, whips, works in progress. So much for getting things off the needles. Mum's Westering Home. I know I showed this to you this week. This one has, this week. This one has had a little bit of love this week. Night times when I'm in bed watching programmes. I like to watch rather than downstairs watching programmes hubby likes to watch. So it did get a little bit of love. This is where I was last week. So I've done that much. So you can see it is growing. We are getting there. I did put an Instagram photo on the other day. Excuse me, needle stuck out there. So it is getting there, but that's got to be 19 inches, I think. So still got a way to go before I divide for any armholes, but that's okay because it's for Christmas. And it's lovely and soft. Still debatable whether Mum's going to get this, you know. Because it's just lovely. And I'm still on my first ball. I bought 3 balls of the Big Aran. So I'm still on my first ball of that. And that lives in my little bag that I made. My sewing bag, sorry. So that was that one. Then Mum's bed jacket. I don't know what it is about this. When I pick it up and knit it, I think, yeah, it's really easy. Why is it taking me so long? But I think it's because I'm knitting a larger side. I don't want it clippy on Mum at all for her birthday. I don't want her to feel that she's in this garment in bed. I want it to be quite loose on her. But Mum's quite a large lady anyway. Or larger. She's not the biggest person in the world. Don't get me wrong. She's a proper gran that you can cuddle in a way. So I've done a bit more to that. I didn't mark. I think I've done about that much more since last week on this one. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the triangles, and I need 10 before the next pattern piece comes into play. So I am working on it, but it's just taking me longer than I'd wish that it would. And that is the country style double knitting. I remember to bring the pattern up. So that's the bed jacket, and that's the pattern. And then down there you've got little socks to match. I am hoping to get the whole thing done for June. Not holding out much luck because the pattern's all the way on the sleeves. And I'm just getting onto here on the back. So I need to pull my finger out on that, I think, and get that done. No, that was Mum, and that was all I was intending to really do work on. Excuse me, I'm having a brassiere problem. That was all I was really tending to work on. And then Dan and Kay from the Bakery Bears podcast are doing a spring into sock cow. And I'd seen it and I thought, oh, it's socks, and I really want to knit socks as quickly as everybody else, but I'm not very good on little projects. I don't think I like the sweaters and I like the shawls, and I just like knitting big things that I can actually wear, but I vow I'm going to make socks more. So as I say, Dan and Kay started to spring into sock cow in conjunction with Nick's Knits. And I've got to watch Nick's Knits podcast. I've now subscribed, but I have to watch one to see what this youngster is all about. I mean, he's a young guy knitter. I think he's 14, so hats off to him. I've got to go and see what the new kid on the block can do. He must be amazing. To be knitting at that age is good anyway, but it's so rare. And this is going to sound really sexist, and it's not meant that way. It's so rare to see a young guy knitting, so I'm hoping to have a look at that. So they're doing spring into socks, as I said, and then Denise from the Knitting Den and Tilly Trout from Trout Mail, they've both got podcasts that I watch every week. As soon as they ping into my inbox, I'm there. I really have to watch those guys. Love them to bits. They're so sweet, and I think they've kind of got the same quirkiness as me in a way on some things. And they were doing some socks in Kristin's Knits book, and they're all about colour work, and I thought, oh, I need to do those socks. And Tilly kindly offered to loan me the pattern, and I said no, because I said I was going to order the book anyway. The book is on order and I'm waiting for it, so I've kind of like picked my colours. Now this is really naughty because it's socks, and I don't want to waste, because I'm newish to knitting socks, I don't really want to waste good money on good yarn for a relatively new sock knitter. So I thought, well, they're for me, and they're going to be indoor socks, and they're a bit of fun, and they're really bright and funky. So I just went to a yarn store well, it's not really a yarn store, it's a bedding store called Panthers in Plymouth, and it's closing down, and they sell the acrylic yarn in there, and they openly admitted they started doing the wool to get people in to look at the bedding. Anyway, they only ever did the acrylic-y stuff, and they were selling 500 gram, no, they get it right, Tracy, they were selling 100 gram balls of acrylic double knit for 5 balls for £5.50. So I thought, do you know what, these are for funky socks. Look at my colours. That red dominates. It's not as dominating in real life as what it is. I can't even put it to the back. But you've got the red, and you've got the blue, and you've got the yellow, and then you've got that nice lime green. So that is going to be my socks. And then I'm hoping I'll have enough left to do a hat to match. Hysterical. Could you see me with a hat in those colours? Oh, Carmen Miranda, do do do. Yes. So yeah, that is my socks, and I have kind of like casted on a kind of like, let's have a look how they'll look type thing. So it's going to be quite bright, but I think I'm going to wait till the book comes and then start properly on the socks. Although it's worsted weight yarn, I'm going to do it in the double knit because it is quite a thick double knit. So that's what I'm going to do there. So that's my socks that I got on the needle, and I thought, that's it. That's all you need to do. That's it. That's done. That's dusted. And then I still had this lovely yarn that I bought. It's really soft. I can't find the ball band. I'll have to find the ball band tomorrow. I've got to go and get some more of it. And I wanted something really simple to knit this with. Excuse me, I'm just going to see if I can pull it up. I wanted something really simple to knit so I can wear shawls and things with it. I know I mentioned this a couple of podcasts ago that I wanted a really simple knit. And I just happened to find this pattern by classiceliteyarns.com, and it's the Duchess Raglan. really, if I do that, I don't really, excuse me, here we go, I'll do it that way. You can just see it there. And I thought, I like that, it's just plain and simple, and that's all I want because I want to show off the shawls and things more. And I had the yarn, and I thought, oh, I'll have a go. Cast on, and this is what I did in one night. One night. And it's lovely, and it's so soft. And it's on 6mm. You're supposed to do it on 6.5. I didn't know if I wanted it that tight as that pattern or I wanted to go the next size up. So I kind of compromised and I've gone the next size up, which is a large. I know, I can't get used to wearing tight clothes since I've lost the weight. I've gone for a large, but I've gone down a needle size. So hopefully that will kind of get me middle for diddle type thing. So I cast that one on. And when I say I was large, yeah, I was large. I'm back running. I'm back on my healthy eating. I've lost 2.5 pounds in the last 2 weeks. But I thought I'd show you guys. This is me now. That's not the photo I was going to show. This was me then. Yeah, that was me. When I used to work. And there's another one. That was me. Not at my largest. I must admit, I'd actually thought I was starting to lose weight there. So not at my largest. Bit scary how unhealthy I'd become. So there you go. So that's all my works in progress. And what I want on my needles is next. Now, what I want on my needles, excuse the head down, I hate doing that, but it's kind of like, I want to show you a couple of things that I want to get on my needles. So I'm going to go into my library. One of the things I want on my needles is the capucine, Capucine hat, and it is by I can't even say her name, Adela Lichmanova, and it's quite a simple hat, but this is the hat I kind of like want to do in my sock colours. Can you see that? That's the hat I want to do in my sock colours. Somehow, some way, that's what I'm going to be doing in my sock colours. So that's what I want on my needles. Another I want it on my needles is the, oh, it's a beautiful sweater. It is the Celtic Hill by Kenza Tay Anlin. It's in my library. Now, anybody that has been watching the podcast know I've got a thing about cables. Why else would I be doing Westering Home? There's cables. Now, let me see if I can find this one. It's in my sweaters. I've gone through Ravelry this week and I've kind of like started to sort out sweaters, shawls, hats, and I've been putting them in their own little files to try and speed up this process. And obviously it's not working very well this week because it's on a go slow. Right. Let me show you the Celtic, I always call it Celtic, it's Celtic. It's because I was a football fan and it was Celtic. But when you're talking about things, it's Celtic. If I show you the back of this thing, this is what I want to do, the Celtic Hill. which is very, very nice. And I've got a delivery. It's my wanted. I need it in my life. Just being delivered. You might hear hubby shout up, delivery. But I know what it is, and I'll talk about it in a minute. I'm so happy it's turned up. So, that's the two things I need. Sorry, I want on my needles. Other things I talked about last week, my journals. I haven't started them yet. I just haven't had the time, in all honesty, with you. So I'm hoping to start them and hoping to share them with you next week. Right. Podcast group. The book club, virtual book club. You've still got 4 weeks to vote on that. We're having a little book club, read along and discussion along. So if you'd like to know more about that, just pop along to the forum. All the details are in there for you. And we've still got 4 weeks to vote on the book we're going to read, and then we can start reading. And then we've got 6 weeks to read and 2 weeks to discuss before the next one. Hopefully this will be fun and take off, but as I said, you've still got 4 weeks, so that's just a quick mention there. The 10th anniversary podcast, this is number 8, so I've only got 2 to do, so you've only actually got this week and next week to get your little comments in the forum that you watch the podcast before. On the 10th podcast, I am actually going to be doing a draw for 2 people to win a £5 British pattern each, up to the value of, so that's £10 in total. 2 people will win a pattern of their choice, and that will be my 10th podcast anniversary, and that's a little payback for you guys. So that's going to happen. What else? Oh, I'm thinking of doing a cal, or well, they're both cows, K-A-L or C-A-L, whether you're into crochet or knitting. I thought we could do a nice cal, and I'm going to be doing it over April, May, June. It'll finish at the end of, start April 1st, finish at the end of June, the last day of June. And I thought we could do, now my theme is summer loving. Have me a blast. One of my favourite films is Grease, and I thought summer, we need to start thinking of summer, guys. We need to get out of the doldrums. There's all this snow and there's all this rain, and we need to start thinking about the sunshine and the beaches and the summer. So we're going to do a summer loving. So it can be summer colours, it can be summer bags, it can be summer tops, it can be anything you want. A shawl to cover your shoulders in the summer of an evening. So anything to do with summer, it can be summer colours. I will do prizes, but I'm going to open up a thread today just to start getting us talking about it. But anybody that wants to join in with the summer loving, I thought that would be great fun. Or, to flip it on its head, anything to do with Grease can be included in that because of the song Summer Loving. So, there you go. Little bit of fun, a little bit of let's play together. And I don't care if you've started it before April, but I'd like it finished by the end of June. And if there's any other cows or anything out there that your project will fit into, as long as it's not finished in it, you know, before my cow starts, that's fine. Yeah, you can double dip if it fits into anything else you're doing, but I would just love to see summer loving. Okay, the only thing I would say is I would like it at least 1 skein long. Whatever you're making, at least 1 skein long. I don't, you know, yeah, I'm just going to leave it like that, 1 skein long or over, okay? So, on to the book giveaway. Last podcast I was wearing the jumper that everybody seemed to like, and I had 2 pattern books the same, and I said I would give one away to anybody that commented on the thread. I locked the comment thread yesterday morning as I said I would. And there were 9 people. There were 10 in total including myself, so there was 9 people. So I did random generator. Now I did it before because I'm not very good with technology all the time, so I did do it before. I put in 1 to 9 and the winning number was number 6, and that was Heartful Feathers. You've won the pattern book. So if you would like to PM me and send me your address, and I will get that off to you ASAP in the post. So well done, Heartful Feathers. You won the pattern book, which I was hoping to show you, and I haven't. But it is here, and it will be yours. And the reason I got confuddled then is because I just saw a pattern that I was going to show you, and I need it in my life, or I need it on my needles. I'm going to confuse myself. I need it on my needles. And when I went into the yarn shop where I'm going to start work tomorrow for my one day, last week there were some old knitting patterns, and myself and the other girl, Teresa, that works in there, we fell in love with one particular pattern, and we decided we're going to make it our uniform. The owner doesn't know it, Barbara doesn't know it, but we're going to make it our uniform. Look at that. How elegant does that look? And it's 4-ply, so we've decided, yep, we're going to have a go at that, because it's really, really nice and flattering. Right, so that's everything. The I need it in my life. As you know, I've been trying to get on this little health kick again and be good, and you've heard me squeal because I just saw the delivery lorry pull up outside. I needed in my life something that I could cook healthy chips in. Basically, excuse me looking down, I hate doing this too much. Looking down and not getting things done. Okay, and I'm not paid for anybody for, I'm not doing a, how can I say this, I'm not saying, oh, this is so brilliant, you have to go and buy it. I'm not advertising this good, I'm just saying this is what I've decided to go with. So, I've been looking at Actifries and things like that are out there, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to give one of these things a try. But I went for the Brevo Halo Fryer Plus. It was recommended by a friend, really, so I thought I'm going to give this a go. Now the shocking thing was, this thing, all I want is chips. Now I know it cooks other things, so we're going to look into that. That's the only way I can justify paying the price. When the lady that recommended it said to me, she said it's £199.99. I was like, you are joking. For healthy chips. So I kind of looked around, and another friend of mine said, oh, you can get it for £129.99 if you look around. Well, I did look around the internet, and I found it on offer for £99.99, which is still a lot of money. But it was all for a company called Studio 24. They used to be called Studio Cards, but then they used Studio 24. And I found it online, little bobbly fryer there. And because it was my first offer with these guys, I got another 10% off. So I got it for £89.99. It's just been delivered, so I might have to try it just to see. Just have a quick play and see if it's any good, and then I'll let you know. So that came. I needed it in my life because hubby does like chips, and I've done chips in the oven. Sorry, chips to us is potato chips fries. No, not American fries, not French fries. They're not long and skinny. These are thick, chunky potato chips. They're cut like at least 1 centimetre thick and about a finger long, and it's chips. It's just proper English chips to go with our fish. So that's needed in my life, and it's just come. So excited. So I think that's everything that I was hoping to talk to you about this week. The only other thing I would say is this morning, because I was feeling the love for the group and everything, I did do a random generator from the 90 members, or 89 because one's myself, and a number got pulled out, and I went on to the person whose number was pulled out, and I looked at her wish list, and I randomly gifted her a pattern this morning, and that person was Lisa 911, I've gifted you the Berry Creek pattern. It's a little cardigan, so just a little bit of love from me to you guys. Every now and again, I'm not saying I'm going to do it every month, and I'm not going to say how often I'm going to do this, but I will. Every now and then, just totally out of the blue, you might see a little pattern pop up from me as a little thank you for just being around and supporting me on my podcast. So that's it for now. I'm going to keep it short and sweet, and I hope to see you all soon. I hope I haven't forgotten anything. If I have, I'll be going afterwards. So have a lovely day. Keep knitting, everybody. Enjoy what you do, and I shall see you all soon. Bye bye.